Hi, my name is Rafi Pernsley. I'm a junior, and my major is environmental and ecological science with a minor in biology. My internship this year was an REU, which stands for Research Experience for Undergraduates, with the University of Wilmington, North Carolina, at their geology department under the PI Patricia Kelly. It was a multidisciplinary study that was focusing on increasing the North Carolina fossil record for mollusks, which includes clams and snails, specifically marine snails. And it was a multidisciplinary study between biology, environmental science, and biology, environmental science, and geology. So I, being an environmental studies major, had a specific project tailored to me that focused on the changes due to human effects on oyster reefs in the area. So I worked specifically on shallow marine environments and looked at, what I found in a dead assemblage, the dead things, the shells that you would find from these animals compared to the living ones that you would find. So the actual animals that you would pick up from a sample and see if there was a discrepancy over this year and two previous years, which I compared. So it was a 3-year study that I continued. I really enjoyed it. REUs are a really nice one. It's a paid internship, so I really got the support for doing my research. And also they gave me the option to continue the research here if I could, and they would pay me for that. I didn't, just because of our facilities. I would definitely suggest it to other students in my major because it really puts you into all of the formats of doing research. You work on a computer, you go out into the field, and you work in a range of scientific fields that may have to do, with yours. Again, I haven't taken geology as an environmental science major yet, but going into a locality, digging up fossils, and then also going back into the lab and, identifying them really gave me an understanding of the different facets of the field. It was definitely a lot of work, but I enjoyed the people I met. Met a lot of people who are doing research now, specifically the PI, because we were helping her with her research, and also some of the other mentors helping on the project and looking at, them moving on from different stages, whether it was some of them who were moving from graduate school onto a professional, program or a professional realm, or people who are going back into graduate school, or, people who had been doing their research for years and years and years. We got to see different areas of how you could go on in this field, which was really nice. What I took from it was I probably don't want to be doing research for the rest of my life. I really love the sciences, but I think I would be better in a consulting position. What they were doing was really important, but I don't think I have the muster to go out and be like, I see this problem, I want to test A, B, and C. But it was definitely really interesting, and I enjoyed every moment of it, and it gave me practical skills for school. I'm better with Excel programs, writing papers. Presenting was definitely a big part of it, and also working in a group. Things like that are going to be invaluable in the sciences and in school in general. So I would definitely suggest it for anyone who's considering or needing to do an internship for school.
Hi, my name is Trevor Wynn. I'm a junior, marketing major, and I did an internship at Prestige Capital Advisors in Charlotte, North Carolina. My internship really helped me to figure out what I wanted to do with my career goals. Prior to my internship, I thought I wanted to have a career in finance, and I thought that I wanted to be an investment banker. But through my internship, I really realized that that's not what I wanted to do. But saying that doesn't mean that I had a bad experience with my internship. It was definitely a learning experience. I learned a lot about finance, learned a lot about the terms that are used, different specifications that are needed for getting transactions done. And I just learned a lot about the overall running of a business on a daily operational basis. I would definitely recommend the internship to another student. It was a great learning experience and a great way to get experience outside the classroom.
Cameron Jackson. I'm a senior here at Elon. I'm a communications major with a concentration in cinema and a minor in creative writing. And this summer I had the luxury of interning at Paramount Pictures in Hollywood, California. I worked in the home entertainment department, more specifically operations, raw materials. And basically what we did is we ordered all the packaging for Paramount and Viacom sister companies, DVDs and Blu-rays. So before this summer, I never knew how much actually went into the packaging. under home entertainment, they also have a creative and marketing team, and they put together the sort of concept for the packaging. And then once that's done, it comes to us, and we license deals with manufacturer. Well, we are a manufacturer, Technicolor, and we find vendors who can give us sort of cost-efficient packaging. And general packaging for a DVD would be an embed, which is like the slip of paper that goes in the hard case, and that hard case is called an MOA case. And then some packaging has sort of like a cardboard slip that goes over it. So that's either a slip case or an O sleeve. And I just never knew how much planning went into that. Like when a DVD comes out, they didn't just put all that together the day before. They've been planning months in advance for that. This summer we were doing packaging for Iron Man 2, preparing for Shrek 4, Dinner for Schmucks. So it was really sort of an immersion in the behind the scenes of the industry, which is something I've always wanted to get into. So it was nice to sort of have that background where maybe if I don't get into the side of the industry that I want to, I have that background in operations and home entertainment. I would say one of the best experiences this summer was I got to go to one of our vendors and see a press check, which is where they print off some initial copies of packaging, and we come out and sort of survey it and make sure that the color is the right color, that the texture is right, that nothing's really been altered as it's gone through the printer, because a lot of times different companies are, not companies, but sort of the actors and the legal departments, they want it to look a certain way. One of the big things I did this summer was go to a press check, and there we saw the first print of CIS, I believe it was Las Vegas, and that's the one that Lawrence Fishburne is on. And I know that in the season previous to that, there was a concern of his coloring on the packaging, so they wanted to make sure that the rough cut matched what they had originally planned. And then after that, of course, they go along with the rest of the packaging. So Paramount had a really interesting structure to the internship program. I know a lot of other studios, you just sort of have your internship in your department, and you're really staying in that and only meeting interns and people from that department. But the way that Paramount's internship program was structured was that every week we had what was called a lunch and learn, and you got to meet with executives from different departments, and it was all interns across the board, and we sat in a big boardroom, and they would have a presentation for us to watch, and there'd be a question and answer portion. You got to have lunch and just sort of like meet and mingle with people that weren't in your department. So say if you weren't in the department you had originally wanted to be in or were more interested in, you sort of got to meet other people to make connections in case you wanted to come back another summer, or go have coffee with someone who was something that you were more interested in. Another highlight of the summer was seeing the stars on the lot. Even though Paramount has, they usually produce CBS TV shows, I got to see the cast of Glee, because the producer of Fox shoots Glee on our lot, so I got to see the whole cast of that. I saw Britney Spears when she was there for her episode. It was really exciting because everyone was talking about her. I saw LL Cool J on a daily basis because NCIS LA shoots there. It was just, I guess, for people who are really interested in getting into that entertainment industry, it's really good to sort of have that emergence in the field to really see if you like it, because for some people it's harder than they thought, or for some people it's not as interesting. So I think it's really good just to get that experience factor. And my manager was really good about letting me go to other departments, see what was going on there. I had a friend that was an intern in the music department, so every week they had a showcase of different artists that were trying to get their music into TV shows or movies. I had a friend in the legal department who was in law school, and she just went over a lot of different legal facts and contracts, and there's just such a wealth of knowledge in the program of getting to meet different people. I'm really glad that I did the LA program this summer, because I feel like it was a great experience, but also you just learn a lot about yourself and about the industry that I wanted to be in. And I made a lot of contacts, so hopefully we'll have a job after graduation, or if not, the contacts for other jobs if I don't end up back at Paramount. And I recommend it to students, not just upperclassmen, but also freshmen and sophomores, because I wish that I had had this experience 2 years ago so that I could be, would have had maybe more than just one summer in LA, maybe like 2 summers, because I feel like if you go one summer and you go another summer and they really see that you're committed and hardworking, then they'll, want to grab you after graduation, which is the case for a lot of people.